my name is Lena Luke, and I'm going to be explaining their worker safety orientation. So to start off, they have 3 different subparts. They'll be A, B, and C. I'll explain each one in detail. The first subpart is general. The purpose of this is to promote workplace safety and health. The first one is duties of lessees, permits, and persons responsible. For A, you have to make sure that the lease and permit holders ensure all places of employment comply with the safety and health regulations of the OCS. Part B, the owners and operators have to make sure that they ensure all of their responsibility and control subject to follow safety regulations. Part B, reports of unsafe working conditions. If you have an unsafe working condition, you have to make sure you report it to your officer in charge. The officer in charge then reports it to their owner or operator of any issues that they have. Your identity is and will be confidential unless they're needed for the officers or employees of the Department of Transportation, and it is only if they are necessary for their duties. Part B is personal protective equipment. This section covers the requirements for personal protection on OCS facilities. The use of equipment. All lease and permit holders have to ensure that personal protective equipment are used within covered areas. Operators have to ensure that people operating for them or under them use or wear personal protective equipment. Protection. You have eye and face protection, head protection, and foot protection. You always have to make sure that you have glasses on or a shield on your face to protect you from dangerous hazard material flying around. To make sure you have a hard hat on so that you can protect yourself from falling objects or electrical conductors. And you have to have foot protection. This protects you from slipping or having something fall on your toe or your feet. You have to make sure they are steel-toe boots or somewhere similar. Next is protective clothing. You have to make sure you wear protective clothing or gloves to protect you from hazard materials such as flying particles or radiant energy. Next, we have respirator protection. You have to make sure you use respirator protection in specific environments. And you have to make sure your supervisors have fitted and tested you properly to make sure that your respiratory fits you right and keeps you safe. All equipment must be approved, used, and maintained in accordance with ANSI. Safety belts and lifelines. Safety belts have to be worn within 10 feet of a fall area. The safety belt has to be attached to a lifeline or a lanyard to make sure that you do not fall off. And we have a personnel flotation device. These have to be worn if you are within a fall area of water, if you do not have a lifeline or a safety belt on. Next, we have eye wash equipment. These have to be either portable or fixed and near the drill floor or other hazardous areas that have high maintenance. Subpart C is the general workplace conditions. These are the requirements of working conditions on an outer continental shelf facility. Housekeeping. You have to make sure that all areas are clear of equipment such as the platform, stairways, or walkways. And you have to make sure that you have the non-slip resistant shoes or flooring so that drilling can continue without being stopped. Then you have guarding of deck openings. You have to make sure that all the deck openings are closed if they are not being used. Lockout and tagout. Equipment must be deactivated or tagged out unless power is needed for repairs. Finally, tags must be placed at a power source or control panel and may not be removed without permission from the certain personnel that placed it or a high-up authority. Thank you, and please let me know if you have any questions.